This video is to help with question 8 on your CR number 1. This is a question very similar to the one on your actual CR. It addresses an expressions standard from grade 6, so that's why your teacher is reviewing it with you now. You should have learned it last year, and she just wants to make sure you're set for it, because this year you get to do order of operations but with integers, sign numbers, which should be fun. All right, it says the hiring team at a local restaurant asked job candidates to perform the indicated calculation. They found that 2 candidates produced 2 different answers for the same math problem. Which candidate is correct? Give an explanation based on order of operations. Use grouping symbols to show how each candidate produced the answer. Okay, so first of all, let's review the order of operations again. You just used it with the last problem, but let's review it again. So for your order of operations, the first thing you need to do is always work within grouping symbols. A lot of times we call those parentheses. So you need to get a single value within your grouping symbols. Then you always move on to your exponents. Step 3 in your order of operations is multiplication or division, left to right. And I have to tell you, this is one I often see students think they have to multiply first. That is not true. Multiplication or division happens left to right. So if you hit division first in the problem before you hit a multiplication, you do that division before the multiplication. And finally, in your last step, it's always addition or subtraction. Again, left to right. Okay? So now, to figure out which candidate is right, let's go ahead and just simplify this expression using our order of ops. So let's take a look at 8 divided by 5 minus, oops, well, there's a 2 there. 8 divided by, and then I see a 2. And then in parentheses, 5 minus 1. So based on our order of operations, we have to work within parentheses first. So within parentheses, 5 minus 1 is 4. So that says 8 divided by 2, and then in parentheses, 5 minus 1 is 4. You have to understand, if you don't see an operation between the 2 and the parentheses, that means multiplication. So I could rewrite this as 8 divided by 2 times 4. And this is the step a lot of times students, if they're going to struggle with this problem, will be at this step usually. You need to multiply or divide left to right. So as I move from left to right, you're going to see I'm going to hit this division first. I have to divide first. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and then still times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Candidate A is totally right. So which job candidate is correct? Candidate A is correct. Give an explanation based on the order of operations. So we worked on our order of operations, and your explanation would be, because I knew I had to work within parentheses first, and then because I had to multiply or divide left to right, I had to handle the division before the multiplication because that came first. So that's your explanation based on order of operations. Use grouping symbols to show how each candidate produced an answer. So here you go. This is how your first candidate A produced their answer. And when they say grouping symbols, I'm not exactly sure what they mean by that, but I use this little caret to show that order. Let's take a look at what candidate B did. Again, candidate B did 8 divided by 2, and then here, 5 minus 1 is 4. Operation in between would be multiplication. They came out with a 1 as a final answer. Can you take a look at this and maybe guess what they accidentally did? Oh yeah, they accidentally multiplied first. They accidentally multiplied these first. So I'll use this little caret. Maybe your teachers want you to put parentheses around that to show what this candidate accidentally did. I feel sick even writing this down. So they did 8 divided by 2 times 4 is 8. 8 divided by 8 is 1. But I just feel so sick even writing that down because that's totally incorrect. Poor candidate B did not get that job. But that's what happened with candidate B. They accidentally multiplied before they divided, even though moving left to right, the division came first. But as you can see, like, this makes me really sick to even write on a page because it's not correct. Follow your order of operations, multiplication or division, left to right. Addition or subtraction, left to right. All right, hope that helped.